We got Ghetto AI coming at you. We got the Metro Park here. Oh shit. We got mixed rolls coming up this Saturday. Tiny Shop Edition. Might be we got one more next month, so check out this one. Probably gonna get too hot up in that bitch. We gonna be going outside anyway. We got like July and August. We about to be outdoors and on the road. So check out this one for sure. Appreciate all the love and support. Got my man Robbie Man, Jamal Cody on the music. I don't know if we're gonna be able to play him in this heat. Then computer might melt on the really real. But we gonna have a good one. But yeah, this shit brought to you by some Sohigho Ken Cody photographs. Ken up for your best portrait. You know, you want some good video work also, he will shoot you a video if you twist his arm. His talent is overrated. And don't forget, you can come get some thieveland gear. You get some Ghetto AI. You know we always like to tell you about get the Ghetto AI sticker. Send us the Ghetto AI in at Sohigho, Sohigho 216 at Gmail. And it's only gonna cost you $1. You're in the Cleveland area, we'll pull up on you and get it to you. So for sure, we definitely I'll get that out to you. I don't know what else we got going on. We definitely got some shit. Jamal Cody and them got a track out. I don't know if we should be talking about it or not though, but you know how shit be though. That shit's on probably all platforms. Hopefully it's gonna stay up, but it ain't no 100% on that right there. On the hundo, you know. I know this damn computer about to get hot as hell.
Which is one of the things we working on is getting our back end shit. Not building on the faulty.
Yeah, don't build on a weak ass foundation. That shit is fucking. I think that's when they use the good ass
we go.
parables.
Let's do the intro again.
All right then. Don't y'all forget. This shit's brought to you by Sohigho, Ken Cody Photography, man. This is Ghetto AI. We're a couple brothers. We just be having some regular old conversations about what be on our brain. Sometimes we interview people and stuff, but just, you know, we've been picking a topic and chop it up. My man, my partner in this, Ken Cody on this, but we like to call him Cody with the buff. We're going to call him Cody with the fresh cut today.
I needed to wear my buffs. It's hot than a motherfucker.
Man, let me tell you, this is our special. We made a decision earlier this week. If you look at the one when we get that one up out on the train tracks, we're going to go to some Metro Park so we can show like what nature is be outside. Yeah, you know, I was already thinking there's a little water fountain over there. And shorts. I mean, shorts on for the first time this year. It is. It was raining this morning with this schizophrenic ass weather out here. But this is the Metro Park series, and we are over in Lake County parks over here at the Penitentiary Little Park. We went to the Holden Arboretum just so you know, that's $20. We was trying to go up on the thing. We're going to get one from over there off the observation tower because that's a great-ass idea.
Yeah, when we ain't got the kiddos.
Yeah, but, you know, they was like...
charge me 10, 20.
20. It was like, them kids, how
old? If they over 3.
They ain't no kid, goddamn it. We only want damn toddlers up in that joint, bro.
Right.
That's so real, though.
Toddlers, 14. You might as well charge them the 20.
Hell yeah. That's so wild. That is so wild. But we got like Tiny Shop this weekend. We're excited to be part of and collabing with Mixed Rolls this Saturday over at Tiny Shop. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a good one. She got her own special thing, and I'm happy that's we gonna have some food from Latina Express right on 74th and St. Clair. She in our little community. We met her this weekend. She want to do some marketing with us, so we look forward to doing maybe a partnership brand deal with her. Also, shout out to our big bro Harold and Kush and Cody right here. They about to launch their coffee, and it's looking real promising. So look out with that. That is like very exciting too. But really, I'm really excited about Mixed Rose coming up. If y'all didn't see on Sohigho, one of my better interviews, I think we had her on there. Very dynamic. It's gonna be very good. But I still got thieveland sweatshirts for sale. And tomorrow, not tomorrow, but Saturday, before Bix Rose, if you down in what Martin Luther King Drive, Ken, Cody, Alejandro, who else was on that bill?
Some other people.
Some other people. They're gonna be down there shooting photography. And I just Ken don't know it. I got him that dope ass lens, so I know he gonna be out there doing some crazy ass shit anyway. He's just a great ass photographer any damn way, man. So I don't know, man. What you we talked about a few things earlier. What you want to get into today, man?
I figure while we out here, we can hit a little bit since you do your Sohigho with the education.
Yep.
We could do a little bit of education, telling people about a little bit that we do kind of know about how Trump is defunding the metro parks.
Oh man, let me be honest. That and he know Ken ain't funny with that because I be staying the smooth out of the news. I don't watch the fucking news. If it don't come across TikTok or my YouTube reel, I am not watching.
Is the new news.
Listen, man. When it get into the consciousness of the general public, that's when it affects us. Me and Ken is great marketers out here, and for us not knowing what's in the conscience of the public masses, you'll be cheating yourself.
Yeah.
That don't mean you need to be digesting it all. You just need to be aware of the state of the market. Yeah. When world. Shit is tight, it's no use you fucking doing no big blowout sale, and you know the money tight.
Also, I think it is smart to introduce your kids to this content or information while they're young.
Correct.
While it is not heavy, they don't have the burden of what do you call that? Responsibilities, bills and shit.
Hell yeah,
and
like
they can just
adult.
Yeah, when it's not affecting them in reality in the real sense. But that's why I introduced my kids to it so that it's not so heavy on them right now. It's just
a chipmunk over there. That's crazy. He in the woods.
Like they can talk about Trump and stuff like a cartoon character in a sense.
Right.
And they just be like, yeah, Trump did this.
Right.
Trump. But for us, it's reality, and we know the heaviness of it. But I introduce it to them because if they are introduced to this as they are young, and it's just like, oh, it's just news, my mom and my dad and mom watch or whatever, then they'll be informed, and it won't be that heavy as they get older. So.
I agree too, and you have to like almost, with so much, we always talking about the indoctrination and how they've been stuff like that. That's the other thing, man. You gotta have some free thinking because the education that was taught to us back in the day, that ain't the shit. My man is definitely about to come and holler at us with the blower today. We're gonna see how good our mics are today though, for real. So YouTube, you might get like a little bit.
I'm trying to adjust it on the screen right now.
A little bit blowed out, but it's all good. You know, it rained this morning. I can't knock the man for doing his job.
He like, I'm getting this shit done before the weekend.
But back to what you were saying about like depowering some of this. You know, we know people that move around this community
taking the power away from them.
Listen, this economic anything is not affecting them at all. This business as usual. We around some people, and then we around some other people who waiting on funding, and it dried up because of the administration. Like you talked about, the metro parks is getting dried up. But let me tell you right now, this guy over here working right now, making money.
Right.
The metro park is open today. It ain't dirty, it ain't disheveled. You know what I mean? Like, and that's another thing when you not only telling them not to be in that stuff, but to explore different things. Like, something new. Do something else. All right. Yeah, you too.
I wanted to hit if we can.
You want to hit this one?
Defunding the Metro Park.
Right.
The ingenuity of man, just like while I was riding down there, I'm like, we done built these roads, we done
and we got a lot more
infrastructure, like metro parks and shit like so. Just while we out here, we can talk about just the greatness of man and shit. Like,
we do some shit. Man and woman or man?
I mean, we could.
Human.
I just mean human.
Yeah.
When I say man, I mean human.
Human. You know we in that day and age, though.
Yeah, you gotta be very politically correct. We're not leaving you women out.
Nah, I'm strong for the woman. You know that. I hope he's just gonna get the sand, but he might be. He gotta do his job. I don't think he's a real hater.
I think he's just trying to get this shit done. It's about to be tomorrow Friday. He like, I ain't coming to this tomorrow. I'm getting this shit done, and I want to see this next week.
Up, so absolutely. Hope this shit clip up good too, though.
Check.
King Cody with that fly ass shit over there. I don't know how good that is. I wonder if I could put the damn other part of that transmitter into my phone and
it should. You can. It'll catch it. Yeah, it's a mic.
Well, I mean, I got the Apple one, but I don't know if it'll transmit to both. It'll be Bluetooth. I don't know if it's Bluetooth connected to two things.
Because what yours is with the phone, it connects directly to the phone.
Yeah, I got that app in there.
No, you don't need that. Well, I think it do. You got that one app, but it plugs into your phone like it's like the app. It plugs in and it do it from there.
Oh, I had the dope ass app. Right behind us, coming through here. That's my man. I don't know. I just let her rip, tell you, Chip. You know, we got, I'm telling y'all right now on YouTube, y'all see me this month, don't tell me. But we got some Sohigho specials. I'm gonna go $40 quarters to the end of the month. Special sale. You know how to do it, so keep it legal. If you don't know, don't call me, goddammit. I'm gonna be honest with you.
My nigga said, don't know, don't call me.
That's like so real.
They already cracking down on the mug.
I bet you that's my man JB on this mug, man. Send me a message, JB. My man, it's either JB or Jason, man. Shout out to my people, man. I appreciate y'all. Dang, we online. I gotta call you back, man. You should be tuned in.
All right, we back running. So we have to take a break for a little second for the guy with the blower.
But it's still,
you know.
We appreciate my man making his money, man. You gotta give him a release for it. Now he in public. He ain't got no right to privacy out this damn joint. We in the damn public park. That motherfucker like, you ain't got no right to this sound. Neither, since you at my job place. Nobody come.
You at my place.
Yeah, don't nobody come try to shoot no podcast at your motherfucking job. He's cool with it. He's really gentle with it. Kind of cool with it though. So back to that, like when Let me ask you, like, you got young kids in the house. I got a younger daughter also, but her damn personality don't give a fuck about Trump or nobody. I, with all due respect, I love my little baby, but she just ain't that type. She ain't built like that.
I feel.
She was born with something that I don't have to instill in her because she already is a free thinker.
Okay.
Her logic don't work like nobody else's logic in the world. Like this little baby as a youngster, I was like, she don't think like us. Just leave her by herself. She'll get the answer. And just leave her the fuck alone. Like, no, do it like this. Did not work for her. I was like, she just think the way she thinks.
Yeah, she want to figure it out for herself.
She ain't the one. And everybody not like that. Now, when you with multiple kids, having different personalities, and all of this shit, like one might take something more personal than the other. How do you make that message about this fuck shit going on?
So with that, I don't try to force feed them in a sense of like giving them my opinion on it and stuff. Like I said, sometimes it just be background noise in the house. It'll just be a little podcast on talking about what's going on in the world.
Right.
And now my daughter Ava, she is definitely more curious and more in tune with stuff than the boys are. So she'll ask questions about different things like, what that mean? What they talking about?
Do you think that's gender or personality?
Personality.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's personality.
Yeah, I find that too, though.
Yeah.
That's why I hate typecasting, me.
Because certain stuff, like, even in that, certain stuff, my son, he just be like, I hear it. And kind of like you got to let kids, I'm saying, like, introducing them to it, not necessarily like, sit down, watch this with me. But it's the same thing as your parents didn't necessarily sit you down and make you listen to Marvin Gaye and different things. You just heard it in the house all the time.
Well, I'm going to beg to differ now. I'm going to ask you. When you say that they didn't sit us down, my ass sat in church on every Wednesday.
Okay.
My ass sat in church from Sunday at 8:30 in the morning to second service every.
But they don't determine what you take in from even sitting there.
There you go. So
they may put you in an environment.
So I would say that to you, what our parents was being fed is different than the consciousness. I believe that we get smarter as the human race, like we evolving. Not saying that our parents' aptitude wasn't as high as ours, but now we got more information.
You think we are getting smarter as a race, or do you just
human race?
Do you think as a whole, information is just being more accessible? Because I feel like there are people who already had all of this information.
I got you right off.
Hundreds of years ago.
I say this right now.
It's just trickling down.
No, I'm going to just give you one right now.
Okay.
What you played with as a kid and the level of that is different than your kids that's sitting right over there.
True that.
These
they
kids
just play with different things. They play with technology. They play with
right then and there. That'll let you know. That's why I say
but it's nothing different.
I'm going to give you the principle. The issue with that is the moral compass slid. So old school knowledge and them being smarter, they had a higher moral compass than us.
So do you think this technology is like newer technology, or just make things more efficient? Because so think about that, and think about everything that we have had before we had all this technology.
Boy,
building roads, building bridges.
I was about to say, you segueing into something else you want to talk about. When you say that, we can go, these answers killing though. Yeah, bro. We in the woods. I mean, the bench is full of shit too, though. Don't get it wrong. Hey, but when you say that, the ingenuity of man is always getting better. Would you say we came from the wheel to the automobile, the train, plane, the airplane?
But even with the automobile, it's still the wheel. It's just upgraded. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's just more efficient.
All right. Show me a ancient cell phone. Ain't no such thing. The best thing you could say is the drum.
But you didn't need a cell phone back then because
well, you had the technology, but it was the drum. Like people used to drum shit then. Yeah, it was.
That's what I'm saying. So technology is getting more efficient. It's just like saying, oh, they had these flies is pissing me off. They
Oh,
had rocks and shit that they sharpen for knives. Now we
right.
just go buy them from the store.
So you don't think getting processes more efficient and better language, better travel, better communication is more advanced than
You keep saying it though. It's just better. It's not that it's something just out of the fucking ordinary.
you
Like
don't
we
think
just hit
it's no
aliens up
new
and
you
we.
don't think it's no new invention since like
No, no, no.
whatever
Yeah.
so that's what I'm saying
But
like
okay, so you have the microwave, you have the stove.
yeah,
Back in the day, it
it
was just
was a
you have to heat
campfire.
up a rock
Yeah,
and make your shit. Is that's what I'm saying? Is it's more efficient and
i
it's upgraded.
I
But
agree.
is it just something that's out there that's just like this is? You never know. 'Cause
Right.
like I said,
So when you
we at
saying
this
that,
level of
so I
what we
think you
know.
could. What you saying is, if you want to reduce all of these things down to the last compound, you could be like, well, shit, airplane ain't shit because we could have walked there back in the day. So if you want to say, oh,
It's
we
just
more,
made travel more efficient. They had boats back in the day.
but you almost like knocking human
No, no, no,
ingenuity. I mean,
no.
okay,
I'm just saying, is it so? It's just like what I don't know if I was talking to you or somebody else, and I was like, no, I think it was you when we was like, man, this can't be the pinnacle of what technology is. We get new cars every year
yeah,
and new cell phones and new compute. Like that's what the pinnacle of technology is, and that's what it's supposed to be for the human race. Like that upgrades the human race by having a Tesla, an electric car. Like that's the
well,
the
achieving the
grand.
goal. Well, here it's gonna be probably be about they achieved the goal. It was it didn't exist before in that level, and just the fact that you could take it from thought to concept,
Hmm.
and then the processes that even like Tesla is a crazy company because he did eliminate to start a manufacturing company in the United States. They said that shit was gonna cost too much, couldn't happen, but he just did it, and he didn't take no for answer. And I don't really care for his sometimes his political stance and some of
Hmm.
that, but his technology, absolutely, and it wasn't there. And to almost minimize like that, like, oh, it ain't no better than the wheel or the horse and carriage. I'd be like, well, I beg to differ.
I'm just looking for the thing that actually pushed the human race forward.
I see, and that's what I'm saying. I think in that I would tell you that both of them going together is why we not forward.
That is true
See, because
because to
people make
mix the
right.
technology
Some
with some morals and some humanity,
bro,
that's what we are
we
missing to
miss it.
actually
Yes,
push the race forward.
because I'm trying to
Because
tell you, we
there's
getting
no way
smarter.
in hell that we are in 2025, um, and there are so many people across the globe still dying from
Dumb
hunger,
shit,
still
hunger.
dying from thirst, still
Yep.
dying from poverty, still oppressive systems that are um, keeping people from growing.
Yeah.
These education systems that are that are basically assembly lines.
Yeah.
So like that's what I mean by is the technology actually pushing us forward, or is it making just shit more convenient for us to be accepted to accept this oppression that we are dealing with.
I would
That
say
baby was
that
mean.
it was it, it was a few it's a few
Definitely
people
like
out there that would
black
say
people.
that's crazy. There's a few people out there would say technology is just what society needs because if it's not accepted, it
A
is like
need certain
technology.
technologies.
Technology that make it to the masses is something that we all accept readily. So it's usually filling some type of need or a
Mm-hmm.
massive want. I won't say all the way a need,
I,
but I would say it would be a societal need because the technologies that stay around. Like you saying, if you want to boil it down to, oh, water, shelter. We need food. We need to eat, shelter. If that's all we trying to do, just to be a human race, yeah, we conquered that shit. And when
right.
you riding around and you looking at these roads, like you said, humans have conquered the planet, which was a great thing.
Yeah,
Like if
that
you
was
didn't
that.
cut these trees down, the Holden Arboretum is a great example. If those people didn't culture that garden and take care of that garden, that should be overran wilderness. So you do have to conquer that, and that is a great goal. But then to almost say like um, the new electric robot lawnmower
Hmm.
ain't smoother than a dude that was out there with the old shoes shickle like that. You know what I'm saying?
I get it, but once again, and I'm not knocking what you're saying. It just made cutting the grass more efficient.
It's crazy that such a visionary like you would just boil shit down like that to the down to such a
But
rudimentary. You
because
know,
what I'm looking for, and that's what I'm saying, they give us these simple ass technologies, and we think that it's pushing humanity forward. But it's like it help us cut our grass. It takes pollution out of the air, which shouldn't have been in the air in the beginning, like electric cars and stuff. So it's like it's making things more efficient, but the technology we are getting, is it pushing humanity forward?
on that level, I will have to say I would lean more toward no, and only because it don't bring the moral compass with it. We are not exactly what you said. With all that smarts and greatness,
Yeah,
we do not tackle any of our moral
yeah,
issues that we all would agree upon. 98% of us should be like nobody should go hungry. If
right.
you really in need, most everybody would say
And it shouldn't
you
be a thing of anyone has to be embarrassed about, hey, where can I
I,
find food?
right.
Like, but we make people feel. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, it's a
It's
lot of that.
humanity
You,
pushing
I'll
forward,
give you one point
but
on
you
that
you
too.
literally have to, if you can't. And once it's even with that, like that, people don't work hard. Like niggas be
Right,
busting their ass to provide for themselves and their kids just to keep a roof over their head,
right.
and things like that. And
Well,
for
that
us to be in 2025 and people still even have to go down to the fucking county to get food
yeah.
stamps and things like that's
Mm.
fucking insane.
Well, I belong to Christian church myself, but past that, I'm gonna just be honest with you. What you saying is, I agree that we don't push that forward. And I lost that damn thought, but I knew the answer to that, and I lost that. That's because I
That's
smoked
my
too much of
bad for
that
cutting you
damn
off.
Sohigho weed. What you were saying then? You were saying the first premise of that was it's not advancing us
Yeah, it's not
because
advancing us as a race, like to really be thriving as a race.
that's what I'm always gonna come back to because I think as smart as we are morally dumb
Yes.
as a people, as a race. I mean, I think we are fucking brilliant than we ever have, but we also know that uh, everybody don't subscribe to no Christian morals at all. It's some people who will stab you in the back for business. People don't care about
Yeah, yeah.
nothing. None of the universal laws mean anything, and people will violate you just to get on top. And it's because what our
Man, I
value
feel like
system is just so. It's been so preached to us. Yeah, I know what I was saying. Like when you talk about just food and meeting your basic needs, a great principle of that would be, why we have manicured front yards with grass in it like that, why we cut our front yard?
the Truman
Historic.
Show,
I'm gonna be honest with you.
uniformity.
That came about for status. So when you moved to the city, you cut your yard so it was like somebody else grew your food for you.
Mm,
So it was always a status thing for you to grow. Because other than that, we would have been on a homestead out in here. We
that's what
wouldn't
I'm
have
saying,
cared
bro.
about a front yard. We would have
Yeah,
cared
that
about
should come.
a
That should
farm.
come with.
We
That
would have
should
cared about
come with.
groceries.
You should have a farm, like you should have farm, a house, and like that. Like that should come as a package deal. But here in America, to monetize everything, we're gonna make it. Like you. It's damn near illegal to even grow fruits and vegetables in your yard without going to get a fucking permit and shit.
Well, I'm all into the growing shit, and you're right, but we can't take no for an answer. But then it's another thing because part of that indoctrination. I tell you exactly why. I know the point. Why we don't is what you put your value in. You don't put your values in human morals. You don't put your thing. It's success. What do status look like?
Yeah.
And don't forget that other little bit of tricking us all out as a group. Classism
Yeah.
is bigger than they want. They always had us on the old race this, race that. We thought that was just so they get the money. But this, you right here and I'm right here, is hard in human nature for us not to compete. I want to be here. I want to be there.
It is called settler. Well, what is the term? Dang, I'll think about it.
Yeah, see that right there. You see bigger societies like India and things like that. They don't get. They all the same damn
Settler
thing.
solidarity. As you see, we are just out here in the wild.
And, you know, the
with the
metro
good
parks is free. That is exactly how we live.
But
though.
settler solidarity.
Sellers solidarity.
That where you deal with like being colonized.
Yeah.
And you deal with. We keep thinking once again that it's this race thing, but it's solidarity among who they are as a race of people.
See that? You know that's what I agree in.
And they look out for each other as a.
If you want something a certain way, you know, if you got those kind of values and that kind of morals, that's the 3 feet around you in your family household. That's where it's got to start at.
Yeah.
That's why I appreciate you. Like shit, it might be like that outside in the world, but up in this area right here, around the buffer, around your children and shit like that, they got the space to be in that space.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can say, and just more of us getting together and having a stronger force to move those things together. Because, like you said. One, I know it ain't gonna be no broad fix for us all to fix it. It's been, I hate to tell y'all, if the great Martin Luther King, the great Malcolm X, the great orators, Gandhi, whoever you want to say, the Teresa, we'll go back to Jesus, John. If all of them didn't straight us out, you know what I'm saying? They had a way better story than us. And what happened to all these motherfuckers? Dead than a motherfucker.
Right.
I'm talking about early life, suicide. No, it was all murder, right? All of, yeah. They was all. Not get it twisted. All those great people who tried to like make changes for us all. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that individual fix, I always talk about like that problem when we out here big thinking and how we gonna like address these things going into the issue. Man, don't think about that widespread fix. Yes, I want it to work. I promise you, we all should drink water, right? We kind of know that might be the one universal thing that we all kind of got in trouble, like, bro. But guess what? How many people you think on this planet is allergic to water?
I don't know.
I bet you it's somebody
people
though.
Allergic to. I
You
knew
see what I'm
somebody
saying?
allergic to her. I'm like, that don't even make sense.
Didn't it make sense?
Somebody allergic to their own saliva.
Do
They
you
couldn't
see
lick
what?
their lips without their lips breaking out. I used to be like, what the?
That goes back to when I'm always like that one size fit all thing, man. They've really been tricking us out, trying to make us try to find the answer for the black race, find the answer for women, find the answer for men, find the answer for the kids. No, I think before we could get back to that, we always talk about, man, we building on a bad foundation. Let's get back down. Man, I respect you as a human. You breathing this good air. I'm floating on this rock with you. I could start right there for the next 100 years. Let's clean this rock up. Shouldn't be no damn litter, like you said. You know what I'm saying? Like, hold the fuck on. Litter and dirty air on our life, y'all pretty luxurious to fuck it up like this. That's fucking, you know what I mean? Like, that's when we get back down to not knowing the origins of this joint and where we really coming from.
Knowing the origins of
Because if it was yours and people was throwing all that shit on your earth, I wish you was, God, bro. You'd be like, hold on. I would flood y'all bitches. Swim test, backstroke, folks. I promise you, but that's one of them things where I just think when we write the laws, which I think part of how we gonna get our moral compass back, and I am crazy that I'm saying this. I wouldn't have said this 3-4 years ago. That moral compass is gonna come from the laws we agree on. It's not gonna come from the morality of the church. I can't believe it. I think one day the judge, jury, and justice is gonna be AI. It's not gonna be a human. It can't have like human elements into this thing to make a good
What?
judgment. No, you just got to put the facts without emotion. I can't listen to somebody crying boo-hoo and affecting the damn jury and you know you did the wrong. Just take the facts. It need to be ladylike. It's supposed to be justice is
Okay,
supposed to be
so
blind.
even in that,
Mm-hmm.
because they've done this study on that to try to see if AI is biased, but AI is created from. It's the same
Correct.
thing we
You
talk
know
about the
that.
Bible,
Yeah, you
and it's
already
like,
know.
hey, that human hands are on that.
You
It's the
you
same thing with AI.
you
It ain't gonna create itself. So someone has to create that system, and they're gonna inject their biases within that system, and it's going to do what the biases of that person.
Yeah, now I agree. Now I ain't saying that it's perfect, but I think it need to be a
You just need
non-human.
to take that. But
Take the human
so if you
element out
take
of it.
the human element out of it,
Hmm.
then how do we have that moral compass?
We have to input our information. Like I agree with the universal
But
laws.
wouldn't that make it biased? Because then
Fuck
you're
yeah, we
gonna be
need it to
putting
be
your
like, bro.
information, then that person gonna be.
We have to give it a mandate. I mean, we have to write the laws that we want them to adjudicate. It's like when the judge. It's like when we go to court. If some brown people go to court on some against the cop shit, I'd be like,
Hmm.
Cody, you're a dumbass to fucking spend something on a lawyer. I'd be like, boy, if you don't keep your money in the bank, you're gonna be like, huh? I'm like, nigga, guilty. I hate that. I love you. And well, I'm over here telling you,
They better get
God,
out of that bank, feed them kids for a couple of years.
wasted, nigga. You need new tires, bro.
But
Gonna
speaking
pay
of
that look.
lawyers, he is on trial right now, and they are, I don't really follow it, but just in case y'all want to know, that
That's
is
more.
happening.
But that's a good question on moral compass. Is he really that nasty, or is he just that's his sexual
Product of his
preferences?
environment, product of
Uh,
his atmosphere.
Listen,
And not saying
non-violate
nothing wrong. I
right.
mean, not saying
There
he
you
is
go.
right or, not judging.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't
Because
give a hell
each
either
his
way.
own. Yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, like
I tell
that,
you,
he flowed from a, I don't want to say lineage, but
his
like I said,
people
the
was in there.
atmosphere that he was around and the thing that cultivated who he was, like that's where it's a learned behavior. What I'm saying.
Oh yeah, I think him. You know, the problem that just when you using your power to dominate other people, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like I'm against that. Don't be forcing no adult against the world. The underage shit, I'm all the way out on that. You know, if it's that's the truth. But all of these consenting adults over here talking about what's happening behind a man's closed door, whatever.
Hmm.
That's on you, bro. It ain't nothing historically. That's one of the problems is we not being realistic and letting the individual. You inputting something on to that man, like, oh, this man need to operate with these Christian
So,
virtues.
but how do you go there, and then but that's what laws do. They create mandates
Absolutely.
that everybody has to follow. So
Right. So let me tell you where that get funky. Why you need to get that person, like the judge and the jury out there, because they got their own biases. So you
fact,
already
yeah,
at,
yeah, yeah.
and then they not gonna adjudicate on what's really right. So to me, like, listen, let's talk about the statutes of the law and what's not there, not what we think that's sensationalized. Like if that dude, we almost act like the beginning of time, including the biblical references to men on men having sex and women
Hmm.
on women having sex. This historically, everybody gonna agree with this. And then now, when you get older and you have kids, listen, they got different growing up with kids, raising kids. If a couple light on the loafers or switching, that's you can see. However they persuasion go, that's something you can't really say that. And everybody's an individual. You trying to make these people fit into your box. Everybody in that. But Candace Owens and that one dude that be on, it's crazy that I even know that. He be a man, he a woman hater. He's the number one woman hater out here. And she was like, why is they all in a woman's womb trying to see if it's a man or a woman before you can have an abortion or something?
Hmm.
Which, I'm completely out on incubating a woman for any damn thing. That's some bullshit. I don't think a man should even have a fucking vote on that shit. Cause
What?
not up. You know how I feel. You're gonna be upset with me. And I'm gonna tell you, I got like 18 reasons behind that. But when you inputting, you not letting a human be a human, and you trying to like make people fit into a certain role, it's just like we said, somebody is allergic to water.
Yeah.
So how you figure somebody might not be allergic to your moral laws, and then you over here gonna write laws that's not accepting of everybody except for that thing. It only come down to me where I just had a breaking point is I don't think the pedophilia and all that taking advantage when you using your power to take advantage of weaker people is illegal, and I don't know how to word that all the way. Other than that, I'm more with you. Did Puppy break the law? Was Cassie in there at gunpoint? Well, that's it's laws against that. You know what I'm saying? But a couple times when she was like, "Oh, I was happy with the man and Diddy in the corner doing his little thing, Diddy and his Diddy." Well, who gives a shit? I mean, it really wasn't even that. You could watch that on Pornhub right now. To be honest with you, it's shit. It's the title for that shit right now. You know what I mean? Like flat out. So is that bad? So we gonna just hold these people up to some other undue reality? I mean, it's just not realistic. But then it also goes down to us as a people. Everybody is not even available to accept that concept.
Mm.
It's like I would love for us to just like say, okay, racism didn't happen, but the symptoms of that shit, as
Right.
me and you both know, is still carried on.
Yeah.
Everybody's not gonna like switch us. So for me and you to act like we don't have biases against us is naive. It's like the same thing. Like you spending money on a lawyer for what? Against the police, Cody? Yeah, it's a waste of time, bro. Like I said, bro, get the PS5. Go and get that jet ski, bro. What you gonna charge you 5,000? Yeah, jet ski, bro. You might as well go on the lake for the rest of this summer. You gotta do like 6 months, and they gonna let you out. But you guilty. I'm just saying what history has said.
Yeah.
Recent history. We ain't talking about a long time ago history. They talk about that could be you today. So you
Yeah.
gotta be realistic. But I think a lot of times when we talk about stuff, it's the perfect tense of what you're talking about, and it's the reality of what you're talking about. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Like in a perfect world, if everybody was with that,
Right. Right.
then we can like operate like that. But everybody ain't on that with you, bro. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's good, but then that next dude say, "Oh, them little weak dudes over there, they are like peace and love. We gonna rob the shit out of
Right.
them tonight."
Exactly.
They ain't got your moral compass. He's like, "Hey, we over here." Somebody got to be over there with Roscoe being like, "Oh, you thought we was some suckers, didn't you?" Some of it, and it's wild though. I got a question that I think some of the issues is just the learned up behavior that we can't get over. I just think it's you just so set in your ways sometimes as who you are as a human right now that you can't change those things. So how do you had a great hypothesis about that.
Man, the only thing that has ever changed my mind was historical facts.
Mm,
That's the only thing that I don't argue with. That's kind of how I stopped looking to the Bible to understand reality and to
mm,
understand real history.
yeah.
but to have these histories that are really, and even in that, like, there's so much shit that we still don't know, because there are places that you still won't know any information, no matter how much technology you have. You have to go touch down to these
Oh
places
yeah.
and actually talk to natives that have been there and have
Absolutely.
lived there and know the history of
That
that place and different things. So even in that, like, that's what
more travel,
that's what
yeah,
I be
more
on. Like,
experiences. And he right. Let me tell you, somebody who walking and he talking. His kids here in the park with us, and they take regular excursions. They get outside. They go to new places. Now I spend a shit ton of money, but let's go see this. Let's go to see this. You know, I like doing that too. Me and my kids, we hit every damn Metro Park we could. You know, just to spice it up for them. I might cook burgers on the grill for them, make them pack a gourmet picnic, bro. You know what I mean? Like that's how you get out and you could do those things. But yeah, like living and experience. Let me ask you, like, over the last 6, 7 months, meeting a variety of people that we met along these last 3 months, like in your and where you at right now, even for your kids, how you like? I know for me, and I meet a lot of people. I like to travel, but this set of people that we met along the way, it really like opened up a lot more because it really give me. We really see people who are not economically affected by none of this stuff, and they are moving, bro. They ain't waiting on nobody. They ain't stopping breaking ground. We around these people that's breaking ground and doing things and projects going on, still having active meetings with power behind it, with
Yeah.
momentum behind it, getting results for their action stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like we around these people. They not sucking into all of this stuff. Like that bit of meeting all of these people and these journeys, it wouldn't happen if we
But
wasn't
that
outside.
but that builds to even still can to talk about um once again to get back to if just about even going back to the technology, is it pushing humanity forward? Because like
Mm.
even though those people
Mm.
are not affected by this, like there are people that we know still that are affected by it. So we see both hands of it.
Right.
Where it's just like we see people that nigga, this shit ain't, they ain't worried about nothing.
Nah.
And I ain't talking about this year or this month. I'm talking about
They ain't
for a
worried.
lifetime. They
They
like,
ain't
I'm
worried.
cool. Like
They
I don't
ain't
have to
worried.
trip about nothing for my
And we
life.
know, and to be 100%, they not all billionaires. We know them
No.
got it out the mud. Our good buddy Mark Mueller got it out the mud. Work hard as an illustrator. Did not know he came from
Yeah.
such a humble background. Bro, he's sitting on top of that shit as far as like he comfortable. He said 4 more years. And he making. He earning. He got his kids through school.
Hmm.
And now guess what? He done set himself up or like listen, he can't wait to get to just painting and having fun and going
Right.
fishing. And
Exactly.
he like set that up and he got it out the bed. And he kinda like insulated. I'm sure economics affect him a little more than
Look,
some of the other people we know.
minutely.
Yeah, minutely. But it's really comfortable and we like that. But then also we see the bottom who people who ain't going down to the corner store and feel like they need to pack up the ramen noodle and every damn thing else because they really at the bottom. They sucking up too much Trump. They sucking. But then
Hmm.
the reality of that is too also is the food lines are up. But another thing that all goes back to is consumer confidence. People in the general public, our general collective IQ as humanity, especially here in
Oh, I
humanity,
needed that little break from that son.
they it's tough because we buy into I don't want to go outside, I can't spend no money, I can't make a move, I can't do that. But then it go back to what I'm gonna just keep harping on you. When you got a solid foundation,
Yeah.
what's happening outside don't mess with you. You could just
Yeah.
back down your scale because if you built a strong enough foundation, we could always go back to the popsicle stand if we had
Exactly.
to close our ice cream
Yeah. We
store.
could just scale back.
We just got to scale back. And
And
then
that
when
just
it's the
be for
right
a
time,
little time. Hey, let's go back to these tariffs.
and
How?
when you solid, when
Speaking of tariffs,
you see what,
Trump didn't let it up for 90 days. him,
oh yeah,
him,
oh
and, him and China, they didn't came to an agreement, bro.
man, we talking money here, bro. That shit cornball shit, bro. That's why I said jerk you
Exactly.
around. You see
Exactly.
what I'm saying? Like if you don't entertain that shit and all of that hyperbole and all of that hair on fire shit, that's what got me out. I disconnected from it when Biden went in, right? And I was like,
Mm.
oh shit, my emotion. And really, to be honest with you, I was my family was breaking
Step
up,
off from the set.
and I had to get a little more solid with the family, and I was going through too much emotional stuff too, though. And I had to like just not let my emotions go uppy downy with that. And I couldn't afford to like take in the regular news and let my emotions get herky jerkied all over the place. I only had so many emotions for the day, so I had to stop watching that stuff. So that's when it got even better. Like, don't buy into that stuff. If we just don't, if I don't, it changed so much. Just like you said, he throws so much red meat out there for you, and if you bite on it, man, it's definitely gonna make you sick, bro. You like that shit ain't cooked, bro. And he just throws so much shit, and that shit so phony. Just wait 30 days, 40 days later, and if you waiting on that dude to get fucking arrested, that's bullshit. We waited 4 years before for him. Did he get arrested? No, man.
He's immune. Anything he do in office that could be considered a crime, he's immune. He's exempt from.
Yeah, this shit
So,
is the the
this that
funniest.
king and queen shit.
Yeah.
Like, you just do what you want.
That shit's so funny though when they gave him that airplane though. I think that's the biggest shit, phony shit in the world. He didn't have enough money after he got out of the office the first time to fly his own DC-10. It wasn't even a big ass, not. Trust me, I ain't got no airplanes. I got a paper airplane. So Trump having an airplane is big. But you can't afford the gas for that shit, bro. To fly an airplane like that, the only people got a plane like that be fucking around Drake, nigga.
But they just
Crazy,
like you just said, the Saudis just gave him a
I'm gonna tell you.
$400
Let
million.
me tell you the trick with that.
And they about to trick it out.
Let me tell you the problem with that. They didn't give him the maintenance plan, and he ain't got insurance. That's what they said. And they ain't got no gas. He ain't gonna be able to maintain that.
Even be able to take, because they supposed to be tricking it out to be a replica, almost like what's the
Air Force One.
Air Force One.
Yeah.
So when he's done being the president, he can still fly like that.
Listen,
but what they said is they may not trust it because they said they will never be able to be sure if they have like listening devices. And stuff on
all day long. Mark it here first. Like you hear it first. Breaking news. You ain't about breaking news. Here's a great prediction for me that you can mark my words. If he takes the plane, it's going to turn into the Trump National Museum because he will not be able to afford to fly that plane. That plane only flies from Singapore to America, Japan to America, Australia to America. It might be one New York to LA, but we too American to do that. We would hate to on board and off board that thing. It's too fucking big. The operating cost of that, he's not the Saudi. Trump is Trump. Them, they really do got King Solomon's money, like on the real. They like probably inherited King Solomon's money. Like Trump, and trust me, compared to my money, he is wealthy. But compared to their money, they wealthy and he rich. Yeah.
Be overseas cracking up at America's like, y'all really think y'all
Yeah, y'all ain't got shit. You ain't even doing this, man. Them dudes he that took boxing. He got Riyadh season over there. His other buddy that's the Saudi prince, and he just rich in boxing. Let alone the rest of that, man. That's well, Jesus. I don't even know because it is fucking firecracker hot though, bro.
Oh shit!
And you gotta make your thing.
15 minutes. So all right, man. We always try to. What can we lead them with? Hopeful.
My hope today is in the youth that's out here today. I love seeing the young people out here exploring. Our real hope is that we got knowledge of how we was tricked in. And we can impart that along the way as many times as we can. And remember to keep it down to my hope is that you learn these advanced moral compasses and practices and break it down to an 8th grade, 5th grade level so you can break it down to your kids. Because I think we are there. And it's people like Mix Rose at 24 who has a great... that's hope right there for me. And I mean that. Been getting to it since she was 16 and very talented and understands her weakness, understands that she needs certain things and understands her talent also. That give me hope, I like the good parts of humanity, and those things give me a lot of hope. Like in our small circle, when we get it right for those hours or 3 hours out of the day when the regular stresses are like, it's hope in there for me. And that's about what I could say, like tangible, like some real action step for hope. I'm just gonna say it like I always, don't talk about it, be about it.
Okay.